Welcome back everyone, it is Eric from Rare Candy, and today we're going to be trying out a crazy Tsareena EX deck at the request of Kristin, one of Rare Candy's patrons. So Tsareena EX here is a brand new card from Paradox Rift, and the main attack on it that we're choosing to build around today is going to be this Icicle Soul attack. So we put damage counters on one of our opponent's Pokemon until they only have 30 HP remaining, which in and of itself isn't too bad. Frequently you're going to be doing over 200 damage for a single energy, which is cool, but really the main way we're trying to exploit this attack is with this new Vanilluxe. Its ability says your opponent's Pokemon that have 40 HP or less can't attack. So throughout the game, we're just going to be gradually putting our opponent's Pokemon down to low amounts of HP and stopping them from eventually being able to attack us. And at the end of the game, after we've set up all these Pokemon with damage, we come in with Hisuian Braviary, which has this Eerie Cry attack that can do 3 damage counters to each of our opponent's Pokemon that have damage counters on them, which is the perfect math for our Tsareena EX's attack. So we're really not going to take prizes until the very end of the game, where we come in with this and just sort of instantly win. So it does require a good bit of setup. We do have 2 stage 2s and 2 stage 1s, but you know, when you can pull it off, it definitely feels pretty good, I have to say. So that's going to be sort of the core strategy we have for this deck today. And if you do need any code cards to complete this deck for yourself, you can check out friends of the channel over at PTCGLstore.com. Use coupon code RARECANDY at checkout for a discount. And Rare Candy's patrons not only had early access to this deck list, but also have their own exclusive discount code for even bigger savings. Links to those will be down below in the description. But let's get back into the list for just a minute. We have a few cards I think we do need to point out here. One of the cards I do like the most in this deck is definitely Hurte. So of course we get a water Pokemon and an item and put them into our hand. So this is great because this searches out Tsareena EX, the entire Vanilluxe line, our Manaphy, and so we can use this to go like Tsareena Rare Candy or Vanilluxe Rare Candy. This card really just gives this deck a massive consistency boost that it otherwise wouldn't have. As you would expect, we have 4 copies of Iono. Like I said, we're really not going to be taking prizes very frequently, until the very end of the game. So usually this is only ever going to get us 6 cards and our opponent, gradually fewer and fewer throughout the game. But we do also have 2 copies of Colress's Experiment. We do need a little bit of extra draw power as well. Something like Research doesn't really feel great in a deck like this. So Colress allows us to keep our hand size, but then look at the top 5 cards of our deck, keep 3 and send the other 2 into the Lost Zone. As you'll notice, we have no copies of Boss's Orders in this deck. We are only playing the new Counter Catcher because, like I mentioned, guys, we're not going down on prizes until the very end of the game. So this card is almost always going to be live for us because it only works when we are behind on prizes, but then it works as a Boss's Orders. And this is better because we can still play other supporters in a given turn, which we frequently will need to do to get our Pokemon set up and into play. As far as energy goes, we only have 5 basic grass energy in the deck, which might not look like a lot, but we do have these, plus the 2 energy search, and we can search out energy search with our Hurte. So really, if you want to think about it this way, we have 11 outs defining energy on a given turn. So 5 will do just fine, especially with Super Rod in the deck as well. But that's going to be the list we are going to be trying out today for Tsareena EX. And I will say I have experimented with this card in a number of other different ways. I even dropped a bonus deck list over on Patreon showing a version without Vanilluxe that just plays Panic Mask instead. So if you guys want to get a bonus Tsareena EX deck list and help support the channel in the process, I will have that link down below in the description too. But with that being said, guys, smack that like button to feed the YouTube algorithm, and let's jump in some games and see if our crazy Tsareena EX strategy can actually work. Okay, so going first, we have a playable hand. This hand would actually be pretty sick going second, because now we can't battle VIP pass, but had we gone second, we could have. But, we got Artisan, we got a level ball, so we can definitely get set up a little bit. Just kind of hoping we don't go against a deck that can put on a lot of turn 1 pressure, because I think we just need a few turns to get going here. Okay, we see a Mew EX doesn't tell us too much. Could be Lugia, could be Miraidon, could be pretty much anything. So let's just go for, we'll definitely Artisan here. So let's go for Bound Sweet. Okay, we have Manaphy, we got our Jirachi. I think we have all of our Pokemon. We did prize 1 Rufflet, but we only really need 1 to close out the game anyways. We do have our Burrell, that's important. We have our whole Vanilluxe line. Pokemon-wise, it looks like we're doing pretty good here. Hard to tell what we prize, to be honest. I think I'm just going to bet that they can't knock us out turn 1, and we're just going to go for Bidoof here. Because our hand's not looking too good for the next couple turns, so we might need to get Ultra Ball with this Irida. And from there, we'll just pass it over to our opponent. So, moment of truth, what are we going to be going up against here? Okay, we see a Mareep, so this has to be Miraidon. Now, this is probably not a great matchup, I would assume, because they have a few outs to beating us. Like, they have Switch Cart, which can allow them to heal some of the damage that we're doing, but also they're probably playing... Oh, they're playing Magnezone. We haven't seen Magnezone V and V-Star in a while. So we will have to actually get Manaphy down in this matchup, which does feel kind of bad. So like I said, they have Switch Cart. That can allow them to heal out of the damage range that we put them down into. They also more than likely are playing Cape of Toughness. Or not Cape of Toughness, Bravery Charm. Sorry, basically the same card. That could also throw things off too. I mean, we actually could pop off here. We go Rare Candy into Bound Sweep. Like, I really want to Ultra Ball here to draw more cards, but... Because we could grab Vanilluxe Rare Candy, Energy Search Switch. Realistically, we probably should go for an Ultra Ball. Like, we should probably go for, like, well... Maybe we should go for Vanillish and an Ultra Ball. That actually doesn't seem that bad to me. Though we would have to get rid of... Actually, maybe we should get Manaphy. Yeah, that's probably better. We're going to be responsible here, even though I would love to just play ourselves down to like basically a dead hand and get off the whole combo. We should really think longer term than that. So I think we just pitch away the Energy Search, which does feel kind of bad. But it's probably more important that we move this Vanillite this turn. So if we get a Grass Energy, it still feels okay. Okay, and we do hit our other Energy Search. So that is actually pretty big here. Unfortunately, the rest of this hand is not great, but I'm not too scared of a KO right now. So I think we're just going to Icicle Soul. I'm not too worried about Magnezone because they can just evolve. So I think we'll just set up the damage on Raichu. So it would have been nice to get Vanillish this turn, just because we would be able to evolve otherwise on this next turn. Now we need a Rare Candy. But if they just evolved into their V-Star, they could just knock it out. So pretty important, I think, that we just get the Manaphy down instead. Okay, and that's what they are going to get. Makes sense. I mean, I guess maybe there's a world where we should have actually targeted down Magnezone and then just followed it up with Tsareena's second attack. Maybe that actually would have been a little bit better here. We'll see. Hopefully we can top deck Candy or an Irida. That'd be great. Broken. Let's go. Okay, so... yeah, we just go for Irida here. Let's grab Rare Candy and Vanillite. Seems pretty good. So we'll get this down. We will barrel. Yeah, we would have actually been able to make this happen. We would have been able to knock out the Magnezone. How do we target it down? But let's just go ahead and Icicle Soul. I think we'll do it now just so they don't start doing some weird shenanigans with that switching attack that they have. That could be pretty annoying for us. And also this kind of sets up a two-shot if we do need to commit the extra energy to deal with the V-Star. But I gotta say, like, I'm feeling kind of okay about this. This Raichu's not looking too threatening right now, though if they put a Bravery Charm on it, that does sort of mess us up, or eventually use like a Switch Cart, but I think we're chilling right now. And I guess we don't even have to knock out this Magnezone. We could actually just use Tsareena's attack again to put it down to a low amount of HP. That way they can't bench a fresh attacker. And we won't have to worry about switch cart or anything on the Magnezone. So it's probably fine to actually just keep this thing in play and keep it down to just a low amount of HP. But right now, I'm really not worried about too much. Things could get dicey if they're able to pull off a Raichu play with Braviary Charm or switch carts, but other than that, I don't think we're too stressed about this. Yeah, so that is what I was worried about here. Now, if they hit a couple of generators and a switch, things get dicey, but for the moment, I don't think we're too afraid of Raichu right now. So next question is, okay, it looks like they're going to go in with the first attack on Magnezone. I'm fine with that. Also, this could be a good turn to use Counter Catcher. Since they now have Flaffy evolved, it has a 2 retreat cost, so we might be able to keep them stuck for a turn. Oh, and I didn't notice, did they get something off of that Pokegear? Should have probably paid attention to that, because that could determine if we go with an Iono this turn. But what does this actually get them? 2 trainers or 2 items? I forget. Oh, they're going to use the V-Star power instead. Okay. I'm cool with that. Okay, so we no longer really have to worry about sniping stuff, so we don't really need mana feedback at this point, but I will get down another Vanillite just in case they are able to take out our Vanilluxe, I'm sorry. So a Level Ball, we definitely need another Bound Suite here. It's probably fine to get down Rufflet now too. So I'm just going to go ahead and Counter Catcher the Flappy, try to stick our opponent for a turn here. And before we use any of our supporters, I think we're going to Barrel. And then afterwards, we can sort of decide what we want to get with our Irida. If they're able to knock out the Vanilluxe, we might just need to save this if I'm being honest. So I think this is fine for the moment, guys. I'm just going to sit with this hand because if they target this down, we grab Candy Vanilluxe. If they don't, we go Candy Tsareena, evolve into Vanilluxe here. So I think we're just going to chill with this hand. And we're just going to soften up this Raichu yet again, since that is sort of the big threat here in this matchup. Because everything else has to 2-shot us, and that gives us plenty of time to keep setting up damage here. Okay, so we do see a Lightning coming down on Miraidon. No energy and discards, that's definitely good for us. They're down in Iono. Good chance we'll probably keep this hand. Which would be great, because I actually really do want to keep this hand. Though we could get hit with a Judge, but oh, there's a Cologne. Yo, that actually could be pretty broken here. But they're gonna... Okay. And Research. I mean, I guess we have them on a clock. They basically have to play it, but if they were ever able to boss Vanilluxe and play Cologne, ooh, that would have been sketchy for us. Okay, they do find the switch card. That's cool. Not too worried about that. So what we could even do, we could Counter Catcher Flaffy again, which would be kind of hilarious. Okay, they're going to grab 2 generators. Dare I say I'm cool with that? So we'll definitely do this. Yeah, we'll Irida, Tsareena, Rare Candy. We do have our other Counter Catcher, right? Yeah, we do. So we'll just attach here. Probably get this down. Because we have Rod if they do target it down next turn. Okay, I think we're cool with this hand. And yet again, we're going to use the Icicle Soul. And we're going to put Magnezone down to... Yeah, I think we have to. We'll just do that. And then next turn, even if they retreat this thing, knocks out with Miraidon, we can just respond with this Tsareena, and I honor them to 2. So right now, I'm not too afraid of what our opponent could do here. You know, without us clearing a bench space for them, I just don't know what could mess us up. Maybe a collapse stadium. That is something some of these Miraidon decks play. If they're able to collapse away like Raichu or Mag Zone, that could make this game drag on a bit longer than we might want it to. So we'll have to see. Or if they play Avery. Ooh, Avery would be pretty rough for us, I'm not going to lie. But so there are 3 generators down, okay. Starting to attach to Mew. I don't think we're too worried about Mew, though, because there's not really any attacks that it has that would be really devastating for us. But there's going to be Iono. We do lose our Super Rod, but it's okay. This hand is perfectly fine, too. Okay, so they do knock us out. And I think we actually probably target down the Mew this turn. Because right now Miraidon can't attack 2 times in a row. I forget how many switch cards we have in deck. Well, actually, we can just play Stormy Mountains and find out. I don't know if I want to get rid of this Escape Rope or not. Okay, we don't want to lose this Escape Rope. That's our final switching card. I mean, I guess we don't have to play Ultra Ball here. I was just trying to set up this other Vanilluxe. So I think we'll just attach back here. Yeah, just Iono. So how many switch cards are they down? Oh, they haven't played... Well, they've played the 1 switch, that's it. Okay, not a particularly great hand off of that Iono, but... Yeah, I think we just go for the Icicle Soul this turn. Just target down the Mew. And hopefully the Iono sticks, because next turn we have game. Unless they take out this Hisuian Braviary, that would be pretty bad for us. But right now, I'm really not anticipating a way for them to get out of this. They would need, like, some switch cart shenanigans with their Raichu. And there's another switch. Feels bad. They don't have the switch card or Bravery Charm. Tsareena may have, you know, taken down Big Bad Miraidon here. Okay, we're seeing an attachment back there. Not too worried about that. Ooh, and a boss. Okay. I mean, you just take out Braviary. I think this is actually a misplay from our opponent. Right? Like, maybe they don't know what Braviary does, but I think our opponent might have just punted. Because now it would take us 2 turns to set up the game-winning play at the end. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, guys, but I'm not going crazy. We can win here, right? Yeah, so we just promote the Braviary, and that's going to be the game with Eerie Cry. So, again, not sure what happened there. Again, I think our opponent might not have just known what this did, unless I'm going crazy, but this should win us the game, unless they're seeing something I'm not. So, okay, yep. And knockout number 3 for the game. Yep, that's it. And I will actually give PTCGL some credit. They finally fixed the prizes, or at least it wasn't like this last time I played, but you can now take all 6 prizes or take all of the prizes from multiple knockouts, which you couldn't do before. So small quality of life improvement I am happy to see here. But yeah, it feels pretty good. Again, I think our opponent punted a little bit there, but you know, we'll take it. That's pretty good for our turn 2. And we're starting with Manaphy as well. The big question is, do they play Cologne in their deck still? Because if they do, we might be in some trouble. We still could get like we could get double Moonlight Shuriken, but with a lot of players, I think cutting Cologne to make room for the stuff for Iron Hands, there's a chance that we're going to be safe. Also, even if they do play the clone, they still need turn 2 Candy Baxcalibur, enough energy to move Chien-Pao power up Radiant Greninja and also find the clone. So they still would need a lot. I mean, it could definitely happen. So we're going to see an Ultra Ball. All right. I would imagine getting a Frigibax. Makes sense. Okay, and it passed us. So that's a good top deck. So we definitely Irida. Absolutely. We get Vanillite and... I mean, we're definitely getting Battle VIP Pass. That's the big card. Okay, we do have our Holba Barrel on. That's important. We have our Braviaries. As far as I can see, I don't think anything too insane is prized. Both catchers are there. Yeah, we'll go with that for the moment. So we'll just get these two. Next question is, do we retreat the Manaphy? I'll say no. I think we're just going to try to not preserve, but prioritize getting our evolutions in play, keeping them in play. But next turn we can go Candy Tsareena, and we could even Ultra Ball for Barrel here and see if we can hit an Irida to get Candy Vanilluxe in the same turn. That would be ideal here. Okay, Pokestop, not too worried about that. Okay. All right. Now, see, the reason I'm not worried about Pokestop is because I'm used to what happens to me when I play it. When I'm playing Pokestop, it's like we're going to mill Baxcalibur, an Energy, and an Irida or something like that. That's how Pokestop works for me in Chien-Pao, which is why I avoid this deck. But when it works like that, I mean, I see why someone would want to play it. So they are going to toss away a rare candy, getting the Barrel. Okay. Huh. They've got to have Candy Baxcalibur already in hand if they're choosing to do that. Okay, Vacuum, so they will get rid of their own Pokestop. Getting rid of Super Rod, that's pretty cool. I won't say no. Okay, so Manaphy's gone, but we're going to actually start using Tsareena this turn, and they'll have to decide, do they want to start sniping stuff with Greninja, or do they want to, knock out our main Pokemon here? So we will definitely Candy into Tsareena. Ultra Balling away 2 of these feels kind of bad. We could just get rid of the Iono entirely. I think we're going to do that. Let's toss this, because we want Irida here. That's the big card we would really prefer. So we'll do this and Industrious. Okay, and we did get there. That's pretty sick. Kind of liking this. We could actually Super Rod, get the Manaphy back. Let's see what else we would maybe want anyways. So we're definitely getting Vanilluxe because we have the candy in hand. Going for a counter catcher doesn't seem bad either. Just bringing up Bidoof like, or Barrel like that. Yeah, we're going to say sure. Some candy. Because this will also prevent them from getting energy out of deck too. And now we'll just Icicle Soul, put down the Chien-Pao to like barely any HP remaining. And one thing that's nice is Chien-Pao normally doesn't play like Switch Cart or like Bravery Charm or like Professor Turo or anything like that. So whenever these Chien-Paos go down to this low amount of HP, there's a good chance they are going to stay like that. Now, if they can respond with a KO on our Tsareena this turn, that'd feel kind of bad because we've already gone through 2 rare candies and we've gone through 2 Iridas. So unless we top deck another Irida, it might be tough to... It might be tough to actually set up another Tsareena this next turn, which is what I'm a little bit afraid of right now. Okay, we see Lumineon, so I'm assuming this will find them in Irida. They can get their Candy Baxcalibur up and running. Now, I will say Lumineon is like actually a surprisingly decent attacker in this deck. just because they can constantly just do 120 over and over and shuffle it back in deck before we can get it down to like a low amount of HP potentially. So that might be one strategy we might have to watch out for. But it's also so slow for them to do that, we might just be fine just to ignore it. Okay, so we see the candy backs. We're seeing a heavy ball from them, so I'm assuming they might have prized their Greninja if that's the case. Yep. Are we going to get Cross Switcher this turn? That's something I'm wondering about. But I feel like if they had 2 Cross Switchers, they probably just would have played it already, so we really just want this turn. This is like, I feel like maybe the biggest turn of the game so far, where if we can survive this one, it almost kind of feels like checkmate. Because we can put this Chien-Pao down to like next to nothing. Okay, that's fine. We probably just give them... Probably going to attack with Greninja, so we should probably just do the Balance Sweep. That's fine. If they don't knock it out for some reason, we can just hard retreat it. But we can Super Rod this thing back in deck this turn. Like, even if they knock this thing out, I'm not really stressing, I've got to say. Okay, they're going to use this Chien-Pao. Maybe they're trying to play for like a Cross Switcher play. Because you normally wouldn't want to bring this one up since it can't attack. But maybe they're trying to play for the Cross Switcher to bring this one up to knock out our Tsareena. That would be pretty devastating. But again, we just need one turn, guys. Just one. I'm hoping since they got rid of a Cross Switcher already that they're not going to have it this particular turn. But we also could see the Lumineon play from them as well. I think that is also definitely a possibility. Okay, it looks like they're going for Radiant Greninja, but guys, I'm cool with that. Because after this turn, Radiant Greninja, don't really care really what it does to us. We've got Super Rod as well to get these guys back, so I'm chilling. And I guess we also could get Manaphy back too. Since I'm probably just going to ignore this thing for the rest of the game. That's a pretty good top deck, so we'll Super Rod. I actually forget if we have our 3rd Vanillite in deck, because if we do, I would rather have Grass Energy, so this actually is... I kind of wish I would have kept track of that a little bit better. But we'll just do this for the moment, that's fine. And what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to save this level wall, because I want to get multiple of these Pokemon back down. And if we draw into one of them, we can get the other with the level wall. Okay, Rufflet, we will need that eventually, so that's still good to get. Level ball. We'll grab our Manaphy. And we'll just Ion her. So we really want... Ooh, I didn't think about this. We actually... This might have been a misplay, getting down the Rufflet. And now we can't get down another Vanillite. That's the issue. But I don't think our Tsareena is in much danger. I think we're actually going to just forgo having another... another Tsareena EX in play at this point. So we will just Icicle Soul on the other Chien-Pao here. So they could attack with Lumineon if they want to, and honestly that's probably their best attacker here. Since they can clear bench space, maybe for another Chien-Pao or something. But I'm really hoping to be able to use our other counter catcher to stall something here. So they're probably going to take out Vanilluxe here, I would imagine. Okay, but it looks like they are prioritizing the Manaphy. So yeah, this is actually a pretty good play from them. Ooh, that is rough. That is actually really bad. Because now all they need is, well, they're out of counter catchers, or not counter catchers, but cross switchers. So they can't make that play happen again. Melanie, what? In Chien-Pao. I can say I was not expecting that. Do they have the energy? They do need a superior energy retrieval to make this happen. If they whiff this, that's like, I mean, that definitely feels like game over then. Because if we can just retreat or switch this guy and put Lumineon down to 30 HP, it can't actually use Aqua Return at that point. Yo, that is huge. Okay, I think we've got this one now though, guys. So I think we Iono because that gives us the highest chance of being able to draw into energy or switch card. So yeah, we'll just do that. So between this and our Braviary, we should be able to find energy. Yeah, there we go. So we will just attach over here. Sure, we'll just retreat. And now it definitely feels like checkmate at this point. So I'm just going to fail the energy search here so we can draw more with Burrell. Because right now we don't have Braviary for the next turn. Broke. Absolutely broken. So I will get that down just because it's probably not in danger. And if they Iono us, we do lose it. But we're going to go for the Icicle Soul. Set up the math on the Lumineon. Now it can't use Aqua Return. And next turn we just win, right? If we get a switch card or an energy. I know we just burned an energy search, guys, but I believe we still have 1 energy left in deck and 3 switching cards. Like, even if they attack us with Back's Caliber, I'm not in a rush, guys, because we have multiple turns to make this happen. Again, unless they're playing like Penny or Professor Turo or like Bravery Charm. Okay, there's Boss. Okay, they are dead set on getting rid of this Manaphy. But I don't know how important it actually is at this point. Okay, there's the Superior. So did they not have that in hand last? Oh, we honored them. That's what it was, yeah. So yeah, they can knock out the Manaphy, but that kind of gives us game. Because we just promote Braviary and take the triple KO. But maybe they're just trying to, you know, just get a emotional support KO here at the end. We'll see. I think maybe their ideal play could have even been like knock out Vanilluxe with Back's Caliber. Oh wait, it only does 130. For some reason I thought it did 160. Never mind. I was actually a little bit afraid of this earlier in the game, so I shouldn't have been, apparently. So our opponent did finally take out the Manaphy. They were a turn too late. I'm not gonna lie, that whiff on their last turn, like the previous one they had, was insane. I think that just sort of sealed up the game for us as a result. But Hisuian Braviary gonna come in here at the 11th hour and clean up all this damage for us, take the triple KO. So, I mean, this is the deck working. This is what you like to see. Take all 6 prizes in one swoop. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it today though for the Tsareena EX deck. And I will say this deck is a good bit of fun whenever you can get your giant Exodia combo off, which of course is the big Achilles heel here. It does require a lot of setup to get going. And to be honest, I do think if your opponent knows how this deck works, there are certain things they can do to play around your whole strategy, especially if they are playing cards like Switch Card or Bravery Charm or Evolutions and things like that. But nevertheless, it's definitely a fun deck to try out on live. And if you are just sort of tired already of these big, basic, aggressive Paradox Pokemon, Tsareena EX is definitely a nice change of pace. But if you guys did enjoy today's content, remember to smack that like button. Or if you're maybe feeling a little extra generous, you can always become a patron at patreon.com/rarecandytcg or pick up some merch at rarecandytcg.com. But as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.